So hey everyone, finally live again. First time in, well actually I think 2 weeks, 2 weeks and a day. And I am doing it on my phone today because my iPad freezes about an hour in. So we're gonna just do it this way today. I'm just gonna find out to prop up my phone on a bit more. Let's prop up these on the fucking thing. So here we go. Oh shit. So yeah, so if you're watching this, you are probably someone tuning in a bit later, but hopefully have a good conversation today. Normally do. Let me just get up the live chat on my computer so I can monitor everyone coming in. First, yeah, Benjamin. Hi, I think you are first. First commenter anyway. So live chat instead of top chat. Yeah, there we go. Let me just tweet out the link in case anyone else. Hi, Urza or Urzal. Oh, Kennedy, hi, and Chol. All the original crew in. So it's in the middle, so I'm not looking constantly away. So I'll get to the rest in a sec. Tweet this out. But yeah, I hope everyone has been having a good couple of weeks. Did everyone enjoy my my Trump protest video? That was quite funny. Obviously, very infuriating that there are a lot of Trump supporters in England apparently, although I don't think there's too many. It was still quite annoying, but you know, I did have a good time. I met some nice people as well. It is kind of nice, you know, seeing people who share sort of the same politics to you as well, so that's always a good thing to see. Okay, just tweet out the live stream. Live stream and now come and join. Alright, cool. Now I'm totally focused on the comments. So, Chol, sorry man, I did not see your video. Did you send it to me on Instagram? I think you might have. Will and Stanley, I liked how you kept going with the Trumpers. The thing is, right, what I was trying to do with the Trump supporters, specifically the British one, I thought surely one part of, you know, supporting Trump is that you're anti-interventionist, sort of like isolationist in a way. So surely I can get this guy to agree with me. If Trump invades Iran, he won't support Trump anymore. Because I'm trying to point out, like my last two videos have done, how bad war with Iran would be for the whole world. And I really couldn't even get him to say, you know, I won't support Trump anymore if he invades Iran. So that was quite depressing in the end. Rest in peace, Grenfell, 2 years on, still no justice. Yeah, Evan, that's crazy, man. So for you American watchers, we had a tower burnt down. You might remember it in London called Grenfell, and it's basically because the safety things and the way it was built is really hazardous, especially for fires. And it burnt down because basically the Tory council didn't really take enough precautions to stop it. And then since then, nothing's really been done in terms of the other what would you call them, tower blocks, which, like, you know, just house loads of people, normally a lot of council homes and stuff. So it's crazy that, you know, not a lot has been done. But what do you expect of the Tory government, especially we have these stupid leadership debates at the moment? I'm not watching them, but you know, whoever we get, we're pretty fucked in terms of our next prime minister. So hey, Mac says Pocahontas 2020. Yeah, Elizabeth Warren, you know, talking so much about you know, talking about her native ancestry. That interview she did, is it called like the Breakfast Club or something? It's like those black hosts asking her like why she was a Republican. That was quite funny. It was pretty awkward though. So Benjamin said, I've heard that the baby blimp is pending approval for the 4th of July celebration in DC. Well, someone burst the blimp with a knife. Someone stabbed it and then cut themselves. Crazy. You shouldn't allow to get that close. Let me bring this down a bit so I don't have to look away from the camera so much. Kennedy saying, like, Michael Brooks did an interview with Kyle Kalinske from Secular Talk about left isolationism versus left internationalism, and I think you'd be really interested in it. It's good. Okay, that sounds interesting. Do you have a link? I'd save it. Well, basically, right. I'd imagine is left isolationism more like something like Scandinavian countries like Norway and stuff? Because I think that's sort of the Jeremy Corbyn vision. I think someone said, you know, Britain can become Scandinavianized by focusing more inward, and then using the money that he used to use for foreign projects more, for benefit in society. Or I think, what the fuck's my mouth? Let's crank some Boris Johnson memes. Well, the thing with Boris Johnson memes, I think they only serve to make him more likable, because the only reason I think he was likable at all was because he's seen as a bit of a joke. So, Alabama HG saying, what do I think of the Joe Brand joke? Yeah, pretty unacceptable. I guess if you're going to fire, is it Danny Baker for the racist joke? Fire her as well. So Rally saying, why does the media suddenly love Elizabeth Warren? Yeah, that's what I'm asking this live stream. I don't get it. Like, I'm seeing all these articles and people like in the mainstream media, like centrists, talking about how great she is. I'm like, where the hell does this come from? And when you see it's that, someone like Bernie is trying to challenge the system fundamentally, and something like democratic socialism scares a lot of these people, whereas someone like Warren doesn't go that far. Like, of course she does some good stuff with the banks and everything, like some of that stuff, like Wells Fargo, but at the same time it's not good enough, as we all know. From like, I saw someone tweet, they typed in Elizabeth Warren and Medicare for all and nothing came up on Twitter, and you type in Bernie and Medicare for all and loads of stuff comes up. So Evan's saying, so terrible, burn neoliberalism, not people, I like the projected text across other buildings. Yeah, I'm glad there's a lot of solidarity, but still, need to vote Tories out before anything changes, to be honest. She voted for Reagan. Yeah, she was Republican until, was it 96? So until I was born, basically, even though I was 95. They had another blimp and they repaired it. Oh, okay, good to know. She was a Republican attorney. I don't know if she was an attorney for the Republican Party, but she was an attorney who was Republican. America should be more like Scandinavia. Yeah, but I don't think it ever will be. So Max saying, I feel like left isolationism is keeping military just for self-defense, but you can give aid and be involved in international issues. That's just my take. Yeah, I think that's something that I'd agree with. Maybe like that's why a lot of Scandinavian, not a lot, but some Scandinavian countries aren't actually in the EU, but they have a special arrangement with it. I think that's more, what they're thinking. So Kennedy, he sent me a link on Twitter. Okay, cool, I'll check that out later. Uze saying, just vote Labour over Conservative because Labour would have sorted out Grenfell and Brexit. Well, whether they would have sorted out the whole issue is up for debate, but like, I think that Grenfell just became a symbol of like what austerity means, like cuts and cuts and cuts and all these cuts, and that's the result. You just how many people was it again? Is it like, is 81 confirmed that they think it's a lot more, poor in a lot of cases, minority people being burnt to death and being told to stay in the building and why it burned. It was so bad. Yeah, no, Evan, I know the Joe Brown joke wasn't racist, but it was fucked up. So if Danny Baker should get fired for his joke, I think she should be arrested. Not arrested, fired for her joke as well. So Riley's saying the polls for Warren got a huge bump as well. Yeah, probably because all this new support. Because do you think that people think that Elizabeth Warren is getting more popular because they realise Biden is going to flop quite bad because he just won't change and all these things, the Hyde Amendment. And can we just talk about Alyssa Milano? I don't know, how many women we got in the chat. Please tell me your opinion on Alyssa Milano. She just seems like, how can any feminist support Joe Biden and even give him credit for flip-flopping on the Hyde Amendment? Like, what kind of fake feminist or fake feminism is this in general? It's completely stupid. Just makes the whole, like, when people say, it's weird actually, when people say they hate feminists, I guess I don't think of someone like her because she supports, like, all these awful people. But at the same time, do think it gives feminism a sort of bad name from a leftist perspective. Like, I guess what would you say, like, centrist feminism, which I don't think feminism should be, or ever, has worked when it is, this sort of not third way, but like middle sort of way. So Kennedy saying, Mac to Mac, Kalinsky described it as no foreign aid or intervention. We have our own problems. Yeah, I guess that can work for certain countries. Don't know how much it worked for the US though. Probably wouldn't. So Benjamin says, Warren is flimsy on her stances. She's already contradicted herself on healthcare and corporate PAC money. She what makes me sick? That photo of Elizabeth Warren clapping Donald Trump when he said something like we will never be a socialist country or something like that. And Tim Kaine, that fucking piece of shit, man. Hillary Clinton, Tim Kaine. I'm kind of happy they didn't become president, even though, you get Trump, but Hopefully, the benefit of Trump is that Bernie Sanders will be president and the Democrats will crush the Republicans. Also, something I want to talk about, how much do you hate that Beto O'Rourke? How much of, how big-headed and arrogant do you have to be to see your poll numbers being so bad and not thinking, I'm a young guy, let me run for Senate in Texas and let me help the Democrats retake the Senate so they can actually do stuff once they take the presidency. But he's still holding out, thinking he's going to win somehow. Even Pete Booty, the Booty judge, is doing way better than him. So it's ridiculous. So who's I saying? Elizabeth Warren's philosophy is similar to May's. Well, I wouldn't say it's completely similar to May, but maybe more centrist, like that type of thinking from centrist Tories and stuff. Yeah, I haven't seen Chernobyl yet, but I'm really meaning to. I am going to watch it definitely. Like, good cast, something I care about, so I need to check it out. Anyone who's seen Chernobyl, let me know what you think. So Sarah's saying, I think, sorry, I lost it. I think Alyssa Milano is worth $10 million, yeah, but she's obviously very, very wealthy, so. Yeah, Raleigh, Warren hid from Fox News, which was stupid, and also backed Hillary. Yeah, I can't, that was such like a, she did Bernie so dirty in 2016 by backing Clinton. Do you think she thought there was a cabinet job in it for her? Maybe there was. Maybe that was some sort of deal. So, hi, Michael. And then even Vendetta saying it's simple. The media is propping her up to take down Bernie. I bet if Bernie dropped out, they'll turn on her. She's way better than other Democrats, but no good as Bernie. Yeah, I think I agree with that assessment. And it's true. Like, it's like they're saying, I think they can trick a lot of people who would vote for Bernie over Biden and be like, oh, you can go vote for Warren, who will keep like the status quo in a lot of ways, but might be more progressive on, I don't know, taking on the banks and shit, like something she always talks about. So, Evan saying that's correct, Matt, that the aid from leftist isolationist countries should be through the UN, and America needs to stop its own foreign aid and do it for the UN. Yeah, I can understand that as well. But, what the US is, this massive empire, I don't think it could even realistically transition into that at the moment. So Benjamin said she was so snickered about Bernie giving a speech on democratic socialism. Yeah, honestly, Elizabeth Warren gets worse the more she runs for president. I used to not really mind her, to be honest. I thought she was quite good, but I think this is exposing her quite more. Evan, don't hide. You were the one who introduced me to Pete, saying he was good. So you can't say fuck Pete now. So Rally saying Alyssa supports whoever will get her more money, like Kanye supports Trump, Biden still corporate back. Yeah, I can see that. Like, if you're going to support someone who's like feminist, like I couldn't imagine Alyssa Milano supporting any radical feminist. She supports like Joe Biden, like literally antithesis to feminism. Someone who it is gropes, isn't it? He gropes women and says it will change and then keeps doing it. Yeah, Choking on Ashes 61 says no real feminist could support Biden. He's a creep, racist and conservative. I'm from Cornwall though, so Cornwall's got a lot of probably, but yeah, I totally agree with your assessment. That is totally true. If you're a feminist, you can't support someone like Biden. If you're anti-racist, you can't support someone like Biden. So Robert's saying, I think the media likes Warren now because she presents herself as an alternative to Bernie. It seems like a strategy is to tell the establishment, you may not like me, but at least I'm not Bernie. Yeah, that seems... Well, it's like, I'm like the establishment with some more progressive ideals on some segments of my policy, but I'm a bit of a flip-flopper. So you can imagine her getting bogged down and, like, doing the bidding of maybe the pharmaceutical industry or trying to find a compromise. Also, do you know what I really hate? The bullshit term Republicans say is that the reason they hate like things like universal healthcare, or even Democrats who prefer like an insurance-based system, is like we want to give people choice. Because as we all know, when you're dying from, I don't know, gunshot or bad injury, you're just going to go on your phone and browse which has the most competitive choice for your healthcare, see which has the cheapest and is the closest location, and then go to that. No, of course you're not. You don't have a choice in an emergency, and then you get bankrupted by it. It's so stupid. So, choking on ashes says as opposed to Americans. Yeah, Cornish people, I guess, aren't. But when you look at the Brexit map, all that region of England is just vote leave. I'm not saying that's inherently racist, but every racist voted leave. Let's be honest. So Riley's saying it has to be Hillary supporters who are in for Warren. Maybe they think it's a compromise of progressives because we might vote for her. Yeah. And also because she's a woman, I think a lot of Clinton supporters just like, we need a women president. I don't think they actually even dissected the policies. Uzai saying, it's really deep and sad fine episode in Chernobyl. I cried so much that I was mumbling to myself. Yeah, it's such a fucking awful, like, thing. I'm sure it is a good show, and I do need to actually watch it. It's only a couple episodes, isn't it? Like 3 or 4. So Michael saying, I don't think Warren is progressive, just a centrist, being a South. Centrist in terms of, I guess, the European political spectrum. So Evan's saying he's allowed a change of opinion about Pete. I don't know, man. Evan was the original, like, he was telling me how great Pete was, and that Pete was better than Bernie, so don't think we should let Evan forget it. So Kennedy saying, Milano just hates poor people, and that's why she's backing Biden. If she was a liberal feminist, she'd support Warren. Yeah, that's true, actually. Maybe more, of a corporatist like Biden, rather than actually any kind of feminist. So Will Winstanley saying, the Central Casting Agency, CCA, is run by Weinstein, and also the actors started Me Too. I feel this is a controlled messaging to protect all the profitable actors and directors like Bill Cosby, James Gunn. Bill Cosby wasn't really protected though, was he? Like, James Gunn got off with it because he only made stupid jokes, but Bill Cosby, he's gone to prison, hasn't he? So he'd probably die in prison. Oh yeah, speaking of, like, I don't know, that sort of celebrity, like, OJ Simpson being on Twitter is the weirdest fucking shit ever. Do that stupid video. Hillary supporters hate Bernie. Yeah, they do. Like, to a delusional degree. It's actually so crazy. I don't understand the hate, really. So Evan's saying, do you enjoy the criticism you get on your videos from right-wing reactionaries? Some of your videos recently getting dislike bombed a lot. Yeah, so my videos, the one about straight pride, the one about Tommy Robinson, a couple others got, like, attacked by the right wing. Personally, I don't really care because it drives engagement to my channel, drives the views, drives the likes and the dislikes. So ultimately, it does me a favour. It is kind of depressing reading all these stupid people like on the straight pride thing. But I do appreciate some of you guys. I don't know if anyone in this chat has done it, but when they start attacking the people coming in, it's quite funny, which I appreciate. So yeah, pretty much I don't mind it because, it's whatever. I know they're not going to agree with me, and it cracks me up sometimes. People on the Tommy Robinson video are actually being racist to me, which is really strange because I have dark features apparently. So in terms of my hair. So Superdog Logan saying, I think the media does not support Warren's policy, but is propping her up to split the progressive vote so essentially can the clutch nomination. Yeah, I guess that's true, but if you're real progressive, surely you're not voting for Warren over Bernie. Do you know what I mean? So Logan also saying, my biggest fear was when I found out Warren was running on New Year's Eve and that she split the progressive vote. Yeah, I honestly wouldn't be worried about that. I think, well, it's not like a crazy worry or anything, but I think at the same time, I think real progressives will vote for Bernie because you just see his record, I think, stands out the biggest amount. So Choking on Ashes says, I live in Bristol now, but there are lots of pro-EU and lefty folks in Cornwall. Yeah, I'm sure there are a lot of people in Cornwall, but at the same time, I think that part of England is quite like poor, isn't it? Like a lot of the work is seasonal. I've looked at the charts, like the crime rate and stuff. It's quite surprising. It's quite like a deprived area in a lot of ways, even though Cornwall is obviously very nice, and Devon and places like that. But at the same time, if you're living there, not many opportunities for jobs and stuff. So Evan's saying, what do you think about the Democratic lineup? And it was early, his support of Pete. Too early, man. Like, Pete is a little dickhead. What do you think about the Democratic lineup? Overall, it's weak in terms of I can't really see many of them beating Trump, which is sad. So Bernie and Warren, I think and Tulsi is okay, but there's been more controversy about Tulsi lately. And Andrew Yang is a piece of garbage, man. Like some of the stuff he's come out recently, like he did have some interesting ideas. UBI could be interesting. Like I made a video on it, and some of the other stuff. But he went on Dave Rubin, and what was he saying? He was saying some shit about like how it would cut like a lot of the safety net, like things people feared he would do. So he's just like a corporatist like the rest of them. Like I said in my original video about Yang, even though some of his positions are interesting and good and whatever, at the same time he is like a millionaire, friends of other millionaires, so he's not really gonna radically change anything. So yeah, not surprising from Yang, but maybe a bit disappointing. Alyssa Milano is the American version of J.K. Rowling. Yeah, I think I agree. I agree with that. Um, yeah, Mac, that's a good point. Why did the dislikes disappear from the Tommy Robinson video? They also disappeared from my democracy video. I don't know if YouTube realised I was being botted by someone. I don't know like how that really works. Maybe it was the Rational Voice. Oh, but by everyone who remembers Rational Voice, I permanently banned him from my channel because he was writing loads of homophobic shit on my video about straight pride, and obviously like you can tell from his channel, he's not like not he probably doesn't believe all this shit, but the trolling is bad, like racist and homophobic trolling. So I banned him properly. So I don't know if he can even watch this stream because he normally comes in and trolls the stream. But yeah, Mac, I think it's just they realised it was bots and they just got rid of him, which is good for me. Michael saying, I actually laughed at the prosecution during the OJ trial. I love the series, the OJ, People vs. OJ Simpson. Still crazy he got off though. But it was such a botched case, you know. It's like, how can you lose that? But it's like the whole mixture of like police brutality, racism, celebrity. It's really, really interesting. So Riley's saying, delusional is the perfect word for Bernie hate. They're convinced progressives are the reason Trump won. I can't understand how that spreads, except for maybe Russian planting in the narrative. I think it's just they can't accept that Hillary Clinton could have done anything wrong herself. So of course it's Bernie's fault. Even though, which I always say to people, is that there's been loads of Democratic primaries in the past. Obama was like a savage against Hillary Clinton. Like he was so like critical. And then you have obviously like Ted Kennedy primary Jimmy Carter when he was the president, and you're telling people that it's Bernie's fault for like barely criticizing Hillary Clinton that she lost. It's actually delusional, like we're saying. So Logan saying Warren is like discount Bernie. I would go even further. I don't even think she's like discount Bernie. She's like discount Clinton. Further left Clinton. J.K. Rowling has some talent though. Yeah, I know. She actually wrote some good books, even though she keeps doing all this weird shit now. So, sorry. Just my chat's been going a bit weird. Alright, here we go. Okay, the term progressive is just useful as the term woke. I think it's a bit different because it's kind of progressive policies you can label them as. So I think it's a bit more helpful than woke. Choking on Ashes 61 to this overwhelmingly right-wing Cornwall's voting bloc. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. You know, when you get a big white chunk of England altogether, it normally is conservative, isn't it? Max saying Hickenlooper is the real threat against Bernie. It's going to come down to Bernie and him. Yeah, he's such a joke. Isn't he polling at like 0%? So Kennedy saying Tulsi wouldn't even win if I did like her. She won't get support from Liberals because of her record, and she won't get support from Conservatives sticking with Trump. Yeah, I don't know about Tulsi. We know she probably not get a nomination though. So yeah, I control my fate. If Warren became president, I could live with it. I think most people could, to be honest. But at the same time, you would still be disappointed. Kenny's saying Yang literally just wants to use UBI to cripple the social safety net. He talked about it with Jimmy Dore and Dave Rubin. Yeah. So that was what I pointed out in my UBI video, that it might be a scam. And that's what I think as well. Because John McDonnell in the UK is the deputy leader of the Labour Party, I think. Is he deputy leader? Or is he shadow chancellor? I think he's shadow chancellor. He had a proposition for UBI, which I thought was interesting. And obviously from like a socialist point of view, you probably believe it a lot more. Not someone who's like fucking millionaire and friends with loads of tech millionaires and like Elon Musk. I don't trust them for a second. Yeah, dislike thing is usually bots. Well, not all the time. Like my Jordan Peterson one, I don't think was bots, but yeah, a lot of that stuff it is. So Benjamin said, what I love about Bernie is that while he's running around the country to campaign and holds sort of like, you know, helping like McDonald's workers protest for not minimum wage, like living wage and stuff. So I think like everyone's kind of copying his strategy now, which is interesting. The Rational Voice is a homophobe. Oh look, it's the Rational Voice on a bot account. Yeah, he is. Goodbye, Pump. Actually, Pump Action Mugs. Neither do actually. Pump Action Musket. Are you the Rational Voice? If you're honest, I won't ban you. Rational Voice. Because who knows who the Rational Voice is? Not many people. Sorry. Why the hell? This chat is so annoying. Yeah, his content isn't even good. Yeah, exactly. Hickenlooper isn't a threat. The guy who watched porn with his mom. What? Windy Melly, like... Melly, please elaborate on that stuff. What's this porn thing people were talking about? Yeah, Evan. So, yeah, Rational Voice, he's just been trolling saying homophobic shit. But he has loads of bot accounts, so when I ban him, he normally comes in with other accounts. So anyone shutting down Bernie's economic bill of rights should be called out as haters of the people. Yeah, I agree. Haters of the people. But the thing with Bernie, just reminds me of FDR, and he's just offering like logical solutions to these problems, and he's not like being uncompromising, which is good. Hickenlooper will destroy Bernie in the debate the second I saw him bail out. I knew it was over. Queen Elizabeth should revoke our independence. No, no. We don't want America. We want to get rid of the monarchy and be our own country. Abolish the monarchy, anarchy in the UK. Well, I don't even think there would be anarchy. Just get rid of like privileged people having an influence in our country. So New Vendetta saying the good thing that Bernie defies the polling because he gets unlikely voters to go out and vote, and his grassroots support is insane. He has a crazy amount of volunteers. Yeah, those crowds he draws is pretty crazy, especially compared to someone like Biden. So Bernie Sanders made a promise to support whoever won the nomination. So when Hillary won, he had to do it would be called a liar. President, so he did it out of like that sort of belief, not that he liked Clinton that much. And he went around the country and campaigned for her. Did more than a lot of other people. So he gets way too much hate for that sort of shit. Logan saying Mike Gravel managed to outpoll Hickenlooper in a DNC approved poll. Yeah, because polling like 0%. Who likes him? Shit. Why do they keep doing this? Bernie or Warren for sure. Yeah, I guess there's two of them. So Izzy saying hi. What's up, dude? I don't know if you went over this already, but what about Trump today about wanting a third term? Did he actually say that? Did he say it on Twitter? Let me have a look. Alright. Third term. You know Republicans would let him as well. They're literally the biggest fucking sellouts in the world. So, Trump. Well, American conservatives are the craziest people ever. Third term. So Trump said his supporters might demand a third term for him. So here's the thing. Okay, that is pretty crazy, but it's really unexpected for him. Americans could be scared though, because I'm pretty sure Republicans are trying to let him do it. I don't think they really stand for anything. Well, they don't stand for anything anymore, apart from white supremacy and corporations. Yeah, so Michael's saying Tulsi seems to have more common sense than most Dems. On war, she definitely does. Although I don't think she's. He told him George trying to kill us. He didn't say it in so many words, but it's kind of clear he's trying to replace everything with UBI, which is obviously gonna, not be the best for many people. And like I said in my UBI video, I think, the purpose of UBI is to stimulate the consumer capitalist economy. If everyone has an extra £1,000 or $1,000, in terms of Yang's vision of it. In terms of this free market capitalist vision of it. So that's what I think the agenda is. So taking money away from poor people who are going to use it all like on just being able to survive, and giving it to middle class and richer people who are going to spend it on consumer products. For someone like that who believes in capitalism, I think it makes sense. But obviously, if you care about average people and people can't help themselves, it's pretty disgusting. So Tulsi's appeal comes from anti-intervention and a fair stance on pretty much all the issues, to my knowledge. I think one of the best things for me is actually resign from the DNC over the Bernie stuff, which was good. Andrew watched Dave Rubin for the first time. That guy is so dumb. I watched Yang on the Rubin report, and it doesn't seem to be what he said. So what do you think he said, Andrew? I just saw it on Twitter today. So Pump Action Musket. I had no idea the Rational Voice was a homophobe. Honestly, do you know who the Rational Voice is? The evil nemesis of the progressive voice. Yeah, but he's way worse. Oh, okay, Kennedy's saying he told Dole he wanted to use it to lower the minimum wage. I compare the two, but they're both real bad. Yeah. Oh boy, the porn thing. Someone please explain the porn thing to me. Yeah, Mac, I do think it is him, actually. Thanks for pointing that out. So Daniel saying, I fear landlords would just raise our rent the amount of any UBI dispersed. Yeah, that could happen. Like, would you have to enact some sort of laws that everyone wouldn't just jack up the prices? You know, people, obviously, companies probably wouldn't, general prices, but in terms of, like, private stuff. So Benjamin's saying that he mentioned seeing the movie Deep Throat with his mum. What is the movie Deep Throat? Isn't that the guy who was the whistleblower on the Nixon stuff in All the President's Men? Deep Throat. Sorry. Oh my god, this stupid comment section. What's going on? I hate the rational voice of all my soul. Yeah, we all hate him here. Wait, no, he didn't. He didn't. He didn't tell everyone that he watched porn with his mum. Come on, what did he actually say? Someone give me like a fair and balanced summary. Andrew, Kavanagh, what is your thoughts on the Stephen Crowder situation? Yeah, that stuff is pretty dumb. So basically, YouTube should have just, demonetize his channel because he's obviously being homophobic. How hard is that? But then they use it as a front to purge loads of channels, which makes this guy look like the bad guy because people are so dumb when he didn't do anything. He literally just saying, I don't want to be harassed by this guy and his fans. YouTube should have just taken action. The fact that they're so wishy-washy on it proves they're not going to protect, people on the left a lot of the time because, we don't make them as much money. Crowder's really popular, as is a lot of right-wingers on YouTube, more so than leftist people. Well, I still understand about UBI. It just depends who's doing it. If like the Labour Party in Britain are doing it, I trust it a lot more than Andrew Yang and the Democrats. So it really depends. It's a Sex Pistols song. Okay, Bernie to the left of FDR. Probably. Will win Sandy. UBI just adds to the pollution and waste if it's too generous. It could do, but in my opinion, just to prop up the consumer economy. Bernie is the only candidate that matters. Yep, I agree. So Andrew's saying federal job guarantee could easily be a Victorian workhouse. Yeah, I never thought about it like that. I guess it depends who's doing it, really, doesn't it? Max saying, turns out Deep Throat. My friend did research and it's not something you'd watch with your mum. What the hell? I super doubt this guy was just talking about watching Deep Throat with his mum. So joking on Ash is saying there wouldn't be anarchy. The monarchy is a liability, expensive and unjustified. Yep, I agree with those things. I made a video about the monarchy like a month ago. So chicken pooper is Biden's sock puppet show. Hickenlooper is a legit psycho. He said that today on an interview. So Raleigh saying, I only voted for Hillary because Bernie told me to, and I'm still grossed out. Many of her votes probably came from piss progressive vote. I know most stayed home. Yeah, a lot of people. Well, she won the popular vote, didn't she? So obviously a lot of people did vote for her. But I don't think progressives are going to make that mistake again, really. Well, I hope not. So, what else is going on? Workhouses existed before the Victorians. Yeah, I guess that's when they got reformed, but they're still around, weren't they? Which is the worst terrorist organization, the CIA or the ISIS? Everyone in the chat, what is worse, CIA or ISIS? I vote CIA. So he can love to watch his porn with his mum. What are you on about? When he was 18, he invited his mum to see a porno with him. What? Oh my god, I hope someone has explained this. Why is no one explaining this to me? What is the actual logic? Like, what has he said? I thought I saw someone explain it to me, like, on a notification. So... and then he decided later in life to tell a story. I watched porn with Hickenlooper's mum. Come on, someone tell me what it is. Okay, CIA is much worse, yes. Can't trust Tulsi, she has a bad record. What in particular do you think you can't trust her on? CNN town hall. Mum, let's go see Deep Throat. Tulsi and Warren are about even for me now. I just like both of them for different reasons. I guess they're better than everyone else, though. People just try and talk about porn. Okay. Why does it always do this? Just throws down, like, the comments at the bottom. Oh, for fuck's sake. Okay. Mum, I've seen all this stuff. So Tulsi's record is approved by the LGBTQ community and some human rights committee. Neither Vendetta, you make a good point. I'll be super disappointed too. If AOC doesn't endorse Bernie, she is such a traitor because Bernie paved the way for her. Warren didn't, and them getting all cozy is pissing me off. I'll be mad. It'll get me in the feels. It'll get me feeling some type of way, and not in a good way. Well, John Hickenlooper's watched porn with his mum, and he said he did. John Hickenlooper accidentally brought his mum into an adult movie when he was 16. You remember the sex scene came on his state? What? Okay, obviously Deep Throat is a porn thing, but come on, what is the real story? It's a porn that came out at the time the real Deep Throat stuff was happening in the 70s. Is that why the guy called himself Deep Throat? Deep Throat is a porn that the informant was named after. Okay, thanks BS for saying that. So Kennedy's saying that from the LGBT community, Tulsi is not approved by them. Okay, during the CNN town hall, we actually told the crowd he watched porn with his mother. Zephyr, I do know Deep Throat in terms of I know the fucking Nixon thing. So Void Puppy saying that's what happened. He didn't know it was porn, so he invited his mum to the theatre with him, and apparently they watched the whole thing. What are you talking about? Alright, I'm typing this up. I'm just sick of people lying to me. Oh no, my charger went in a sec. Bosh. Alright. What is his name again? Hickenlooper. Oh, I need to spell this right. He's called Hickenlooper. What a fucking stupid name. Deep Throat. John Hickenlooper took his mum to... Okay, this is a thing. Wait, I'm going to read it. Presidential hopeful John Hickenlooper hopes his portrayal as a pragmatist and his background as a restaurateur will lift to Oval Office, but he's likely not relying on winning over votes with the story he told Wednesday during a CNN town hall. The former governor of Colorado explained how he once took his mother to see the adult film Deep Throat with him and a friend. The former Democratic... Hickenlooper recounts the story in a 2016 memoir, the Devon Post reported, but moderator Dana Bash made a point to ask it about during the televised town hall in front of a live audience. That person's a legend. As the candidate tells it, according to CNN, the incident happened when an 18-year-old Hickenlooper returned home to see his mother after being away at college, as it's a porn story as well. He promised a friend he'd see a film in a theatre with him, but Hickenlooper claims he didn't know what an X movie was. Hickenlooper asked his mother if she'd like to come along. She said, I'd love to go because she didn't want to be left alone in the house again, so I took my mother to see Deep Throat. Hickenlooper described his mother as mortified. But she insisted on staying because she'd bought a ticket, despite his pleas to go. On the way home, Hickenlooper recounted his mother's complimented the movie had very good lighting. How is this not an Onion story? How have I not heard of this before? Oh my god. You should just not run for president anymore. Imagine Trump. Imagine what Trump would say. You took your mum to watch a porno with your friend and she didn't leave. Probably something weird going on with Hickenlooper and his mum. Oh my god. Ah, that's funny. Choking on Ashes, you came out from a festival. Which one did you go to? I went to one a couple of weeks ago. I went to All Points East. Oh my god. That was too funny. I can't believe that. How can you even run for president after that comes out? And why the hell have you wrote that in your memoir if you're a politician? So AOC will support Bernie or Warren, it looks like. Yeah, definitely one of them, but I'm scared she's going to support Warren. Okay, thanks, Evan. Yeah, on Crowder versus Mazza. Yeah, it's not that Mazza guy's fault at all. And he works for Vox, but it's not Vox trying to purge YouTubers, is it? Yeah, Kennedy saying Mazza isn't to blame for YouTube's bullshit. So everyone else telling me about the Hickenlooper thing. Yeah, Mac, I'd agree with that too. Like, if she doesn't back Bernie, she should have backed Bernie already, to be honest. If I was her, I would have. Because you got to stay loyal to someone like that. Yeah, Rational Voice isn't Rational National. Yeah. Rational Voices are some like small little channel who just trolls other chats to get some sort of subscribers. Rational National is okay. I don't watch him though, but he's okay. Has anyone ever heard of the Drunken Peasants podcast? Because I'm going to be on it next month. I hadn't really heard of it until someone messaged me from it. Superdog Logan saying, how do I feel about the Green Party polling in first in German opinion polls? Yeah, it's good. The Greens have really picked up a lot lately. Like, they did pretty well in the British European elections, and they won a lot of seats in the European election in general. So I'm happy for that stuff. I think we passed the point now. I think you can't ignore climate change anymore as an issue. Like, obviously, fucking Republicans do, but I think in terms of the general election, you can't ignore it anymore, which is a good thing. I think it's really changed, to be honest. It feels like everyone cares about it now. So Kennedy's saying, if AOC doesn't support Bernie, she's a traitor. Yeah. Okay, Julia Salazar's already his daughter. Did my feed freeze? I think it's been okay. I switched to my phone, so hopefully it's okay. I can sympathise with Hickenlooper, though. My mum accidentally took me to see Brokeback Mountain when I was a kid. She covered my eyes and giggled for most of the movie. Yeah, but Sarah, Brokeback Mountain is actually a good movie, though. I know it's maybe because there's a couple sex scenes in it. It's inappropriate for kids, but it actually is a good movie. Yeah, Wendy Melly saying, I will disown ASC if she doesn't endorse Bernie. I'll be super pissed off. Because everything she says is like, Bernie represents at the best, so people saying the CIA are way worse. Some people saying ISIS. Will Winstanley saying Mossad are worse. I'd say CIA are worse than Mossad. Oh my god, why is Miss Chat doing this to me? Sorry I'm so far behind. Oh god. I'm so far behind. As an American, it's easy to say CIA. Yep, I agree. As a British person, MI6 is worse. We're pretty bad, but MI6 is like wasn't around during the Empire. Well, the CIA has helped America establish this empire and keep it in check. So I think the CIA has done worse than MI6, but MI6 is pretty shitty as well. He's just a weirdo. Okay. Yeah, Benjamin, I read it. It's a crazy story. Oh, I'm so far behind. Oh god, I'm so far behind. Sorry, because I was reading that stupid thing. Okay, I need to watch the video itself as well. Trans rights. Yep, I agree with that, Evan. I don't know what that's response to. He was 18 or was 19 back from college. Oh my god. Oh, yeah, you're not lying. Okay, Biden needs primary Trump. Yeah, Andrew, Biden needs primary Trump in the Republican primary. Let's keep going. Mossad. Yeah, Mossad are the best. Apparently, worst. I mean, yeah, Michael, I think CIA are worse, to be honest. Yeah, AOC would have, Sarah saying AOC would have to back Bernie. The whole Justice Democrat movement she is part dedicated to Bernie. There's absolutely zero chance she won't endorse him. I don't know. I think she will. So people reacting to me telling the story. One thing we can say about Warren is that she never took her dad to see a porno. Yeah, exactly. But yeah, saying I almost want to vote for Hickenlooper now. Yeah, that made him more human, I guess. It still was fucking weird, though. I would have just left. Even if my mum wanted to stay, I'm going. Yeah, Superdog Logan saying he wrote it down in his memoir. I think it's the dumbest thing ever. So you weren't lying about Hickenlooper with the breakfast cereal out the coconut tea. Yeah, okay, you weren't all lying. He's trying to get the millennial vote with porn stories. Is the feedback? Well, I guess more of you be saying she was saying stuff. Secular talks to A1 stories. So New Vendetta is saying at the Tabernacle, is your brother as political as you? Would be in awesome to see he uses his giant platform to red pill people like PewDiePie uses his to red pill people. Yeah, New Vendetta, my brother is not political in the slightest. He probably has no clue, to be honest, what is even going on in politics, like British or foreign. Literally no interest at all, and not educated on it at all. Just doesn't give a shit in the slightest. There is no way he would ever say anything political on his channel. The only thing he sort of did was then I made a video about people calling James Charles a predator. He said it as well, so he apologised. That was one good thing he did. So, yeah, no way he'd ever do politics in his channel. Not that he'd even, know about it. So Drunken Peasants apparently is a podcast, and they asked me to come on, so I'm going to go on next month. It has 100,000 subscribers, so good for me. So the Amazing Atheist old podcast. Doesn't everyone hate the Amazing Atheist now? Sebastian saying, are you socialist or social democrat? I need to make a video about this, to be honest, but basically I don't like political labels that much because I feel they put you into a box that's hard to get out of. So if I say I'm a socialist, right, it means I guess there's an expectation that I'm a certain way, you know what I mean? But there's some beliefs that I have that go against modern socialism. So for example, I guess you could say I'm more of a true socialist in this regard. I'm super anti-religion, like super anti-religion, like ban religious schools and stuff. Like I'm hard against religion. And in terms of real Marxism, that's fine. But in terms of like actual socialism and stuff, it's not ideal for the modern socialist movement in these countries, because we like to be inclusive, and because religious minorities, especially like maybe for example Muslims and stuff, we defend them because they're oppressed minorities in a lot of ways, but not that we actually agree with their religious stance. And I think there's been this weird blend now in the UK where Muslim parents are protesting a school because of the gay head teachers trying to teach kids about LGBT stuff, and then Labour politicians aren't seriously condemning religion. It's just like, oh, these people are so bad. Or I think it's Jess Phillips, he's quite a prominent Labour MP, was saying like, it's unlike Muslims to do this. And it's like, well, all these religions are super homophobic, especially the more conservative migrants coming here with their version of Islam. You wouldn't really expect anything less, to be honest. So yeah, so what am I? Sorry, I'm taking so long to answer this. I don't really know. I'm a mixture of different things. Like there's some things I agree on, like because I subscribe to maybe like realism and international relations, which means like all states are out for power. Maybe I'm a bit more I'm not pro-military, but pro-defense. Like, sometimes I do talk about getting rid of Trident submarines, but honestly, as expensive as they are, I kind of do agree with them because of who our main adversary is in terms of the UK is Russia. And if you take away maybe our nuclear deterrent, I know I did say to the Trump supporter, what about this? But I think that was just me putting the argument out there. But if you take away the nuclear deterrent and you have a country like Russia, this allows them to bully us more. So that, and especially the way we're going with Brexit as well, I think it's one thing that we kind of do need to keep, even though I do agree with cutting the armed forces a lot, to be honest. So yeah, I'm a mixture of a lot of different things. Marxist view of the world is very good. Not that I agree with everything that advocated in Marxism, but I think everyone is a bit of a hypocrite, like in terms of if they have a label, no one is super true to everything set out. And also, even in, so for example, Marxism, you have Leninism, like Marxism, Stalinism, you have loads of different things. So, there's lots of different diversity within these different political ideologies. So I think it's hard to really pin yourself down. He's not on it anymore, so I haven't watched in a long time. Okay, but people hating him on Twitter for something. I don't know if he said something transphobic or something else like that. So Evan saying, I went to All Points East, saw psychedelic porn crumpets and fat white family. Is this just a joke for Hickenlooper? No, I'm joking. Loved it. Fat white family are commies that call for violence and Tories. Oh yeah, them ones who that was so funny. I went on a 2 weeks ago today. I just saw Bon Iver. I only went for one act though. It's pretty good. I've never been to a concert or festival before, so super tired after. It took me 3 hours to get home. Izzy, when are you going to do a show with Carl Kalinske? You will get mad exposure. Honestly, you know, I'd love to go on these channels like Secular Talk. Jimmy Dore had the Rational National on, and I was thinking like, because Jimmy Dore was getting pretty mad at him because he's obviously like Canadian, but he's telling Jimmy Dore you have to vote for the Democratic nominee no matter what. I'd love to go on these channels, but the only way that happens is if you guys have Twitter, just, you know, tweeting these people and tagging them. I guess it's the best way, because otherwise it's not really going to happen. Obviously, I'd love it to, because, you know, my channel growth's been good last 3 months, but last month or so, views, subscribers, everything's been pretty down, and, you know, I'm trying to get that viral video, because the ones that get like a couple thousand always give me a lot of, like 50 subs, 100 subs, so I'm trying to, you know, hit those viral videos. I got one in development right now. I'm hoping it'll do pretty well, about Ben Shapiro and some stuff they always trot out to defend their views, and I've been writing it up lately, so we'll see how that one goes. But yeah, I'd love to collab with more people. It's just kind of hard to. So hopefully the Drunken Peasants, even though it's not amazing views, but hopefully it'll give me some sort of a bigger platform. I'd love to get to 10k subs by the end of the year. Sorry, but I'm really far behind these comments. Shit. So Kenny's saying Sam Cedar from the Majority Report has actually been contacted by Mossad for criticism of Israel. Whoa, what the hell? It's crazy. Like, why are the Mossad contacting him? Also, why would they contact him and expose themselves? The same people who claim tobacco was fine are, for us, on the climate change deniers group. Yeah, exactly. They just do anything to protect their money. Yeah, British intelligence can trace its history back to QE1. Yeah, obviously, even in Queen Elizabeth the first time, there was some sort of like secret intelligence, but I don't know, the scale of the CIA's one, I think is a bit unparalleled, like especially if you take in context the War on Terror and maybe things like the Vietnam War and just the Cold War in general, like, did so much shit. Yeah, she should back. AOC should back Bernie. Warren is no friend to progressives. She's bought. I wouldn't say she's bought, but she's for the status quo, and, you know, she's not like completely sold out, but yeah, not the best. So Zephan said there's actually a really awful example of exploitation in the making of Deep Throat. The star of the movie has spoken out about it. Oh really? What happened with Deep Throat? What kind of porno even is it? I'm intrigued. Can you find it online? I want to relive Hickenlooper. Shit, oh, man, this YouTube chat is always annoying me. Just going down to the bottom. Warren is my senator, but I won't back her as president. That's good. Warren Warren is the same seat as Ted Kennedy, doesn't she? I think she does. Biden should back Bernie, yeah. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, Izzy, I agree. Warren is my second choice after Bernie, but I think Bernie's so far ahead. Anti-religion, 100%. Yeah. Yeah, Michael, you hit the nail on the head. The Judeo-Christian values. So I made a video on all this shit before, but I'm going to make a new video because I don't realise, right, it's pretty much based in racism as well. It's like white culture is better and everything else is inferior. Like, we have, no, the pinnacle of society is Judeo-Christian culture, or whatever the fuck that means. And obviously, it's funny that someone like Ben Shapiro doesn't realise the irony of putting Judeo in there. The only reason Judeo is put in there is because Israel became part of the West in the 50s. Because Christians and Jews, Christians have persecuted Jews for their whole history. They've probably been the #1 tormentor of Jews. And Judaism and Christianity's values, in terms of their religion, are not the same. So saying Judeo-Christian values, especially for what Christian values gave us, like monarchical dictatorship throughout Europe for like 1,000+ years, the Dark Ages and stuff, and to think that they think our society is based on Christian values, especially in America, when non-conventional Christians and atheists formed your country, Like Thomas Jefferson edited all the miracles out of the Bible. You think he's really promoting Christian values when he's editing like the Bible out? Can you imagine Barack Obama editing the Bible and then running for president? No one in modern day America could edit the Bible and win the presidency. Do you know what I mean? Then you had like George Washington, who was a deist and shit like that. Like, you know, the West is not founded on Judeo-Christian principles. It's founded on secularism, and it's founded on an ancient values like democracy, which is Greek, and to a lesser extent Roman, and all. And you know, Greek society is the bedrock of modern day society. It's not Christianity, which, you know, the Christians who burnt down the Library of Alexandria, yeah, I'm sure they are the founders of free speech and democracy, because, you know, we all know the Pope and the kings of Europe who were subservient to the Pope all loved freedom of speech back in the day, and democracy. No, of course they didn't. So annoying. But I'm making a video on that. I've wrote the script out. I just need to refine my argument a bit, especially in terms of the racist part of it, the cultural racism part of it. So Control My Fate has issues with secular talk. What are those issues? I think he's alright. I don't really watch him too much though. His stance on free speech. Is he one of those people like Dave Rubin? Kennedy, I'll send you a link to Matt Binday's A Smaller Channel podcast where it's good. Yeah, appreciate it. I'll check that out. Rally saying, if you want to trust that she's done dumb crap since coming into race 2, like alienating Fox viewers, how can you forget her back in centrist? Hillary seems like she is where the wind blows. Yeah, I don't trust Warren as much. Like flip-flopping on healthcare, you know, the Fox thing, I understand it to a degree, but, you know, at the same time, Bernie did a good job, I think, didn't he? Trump's taken Adderall. What's Adderall used to treat? I know it's like a legit one. BS said, I would love to see you in the Serfs. Yeah, me and the Serfs have arranged something, but they just have such a backlog of people coming on their channel. I did collab with them for that one video. It's quite funny actually, like they messaged me first when they had 5,000 subs, and then that whole like thing happened to them where their channel was taken down and they just blown up. Like their content is seriously good though. I said to them after the Crowder video I was in with them, I was like, your content is super high quality, like it's really, really good stuff. I'm jealous of their growth, but at the same time, they make super good stuff. Like so, you can't really, I can't really be too jealous. They put way more effort into their videos than I do into mine. So, you know, I don't. You know, they definitely deserve their success. They deserve a lot more, to be honest. And they seem like good guys as well. Like from my experience of speaking to them a fair bit, they've always been really nice to me. So I do appreciate them. Yeah, free speech absolutism is a bit annoying. I agree. I know Mac doesn't agree with that as well. Wendy Melly saying, where was Warren during Standing Rock and she was still repping her native heritage? Oh, yeah, that's a good point, actually. Obama had such a good chance to go down and help, but of course he wouldn't. Like, that was such a joke, wasn't it? The people who didn't help out about just shows you everything's wrong with the Democrats. Yeah, I Control My Fate. I saw Secular Talk and like Jimmy Dore and Glenn Greenwald all sort of blaming that Maza guy for the Crowder shit. It's not his fault, and it's Crowder's fault for being a homophobic piece of shit on a corporate platform that has rules against hate speech. So Sarah saying, someone close to Trump claimed he snorts Adderall, and there's a lot of evidence that's true. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he's like some sort of like, you know, addicted to prescriptions. Like that whole medical thing with him is such bullshit as well. What did they say he was, like 6'4" and like 200 was it 70 pounds or something? Like I'm 185 pounds and I'm 6'2". He is so much fatter than me. He is not only like 90 pounds fat. He looks like close to 400 pounds or something. Especially if he's 6'5" like he says he is. He's closer to like he's 300 plus. So if Trump took Adderall, he might get something done. True. So Evan's saying the CIA brought in Pinochet and responsible for thousands of deaths in Chile. Evan, you know we let Pinochet live here after he did all that shit in the UK. It's crazy. So I control my fate saying watch Fort Slime's video on free speech. You understand. From a UK perspective, the thing, you know, I see Americans, I see Charlottesville, I see Nazis walking around with handguns and assault rifles, and then I think to myself, I'm glad we don't have this much free speech, because I don't want to give free speech to people who want to take my free speech away and are pretty militant. Like you know, we've talked about this a lot in this live stream or the series of live streams. That's my perspective of it. So the UK is a bit stricter, and they use the issue of that stupid Count Dracula guy and his dog with the Nazi shit. Yeah, don't fucking say like Nazi slogans and film yourself, mate. And all you did was get a fine. It's not like they threw you in a solitary confinement. They didn't even pay the fine. You crowdfunded it, and you kept the crowdfunding money because you didn't have to pay it. Pre-AIDS porno too, so very hardcore. Okay. Yeah, Kennedy, I agree with you. You shouldn't let fascists radicalise kids because it comes from principled stance. The internet is super depressing because people like PewDiePie literally do help indoctrinate kids into the alt-right. Like, I always get into so many fights on Reddit with people making memes and shit about like men's rights and crap like that. And I know before I go on their profile, they're either active on the Donald or active on PewDiePie submissions, and a lot of the time it's PewDiePie submissions, and I'm like, this is so bad, because when I was like 12, 13, 14, the only social media we had was Facebook. And literally Facebook was so limited. All you would do was just post on each other's walls. You wouldn't even use a chat. You just post on each other's walls and talk, and maybe post some videos and photos. But now it's like going onto fucking Reddit and being brainwashed into like Nazism by your favourite YouTuber, whose favourite author is a Japanese fascist. So, you know, I think PewDiePie is so terrible for kids. Like, I'm gonna be so vigilant of my children, like what they're watching and stuff. Hopefully, I can teach them values that means they can recognize this sort of stuff before. But it's hard because he's gaming, isn't he? Gaming focused. But now they all think saying the M word is a great laugh, or saying stuff about the Holocaust is so funny, and it's not. And they get brainwashed from a young age, and you hope they grow up one day. But at the same time. So Biden said he was going to cure cancer if he became president of the World Hospital. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, vote for Biden to cure cancer. Biden is a great scientist. He's a great doctor. Warren called Assange a traitor. Oh, yeah. Warren sounds worse and worse with every criticism. Biden's literally the worst. Yeah. I need to make my part 2 of that Biden video. I need to talk about his foreign policy, which is crap as well as his racism. Yeah, well, Elizabeth Warren is like a librarian at an elementary school. Yeah. Yeah, but Izzy, I think calling Assange a traitor because he exposed awful war crimes in the Iraq War, I think that says a lot about someone. You know, even if he fit the definition of treason and traitor, he's obviously not a traitor for telling the people. I don't know what country he's from. I think, is he from America? I don't know. He's got some weird accent. But yeah, he told the people stuff we wanted to know. It's like Chelsea Manning as well. These people are exposing all this stuff the people need to know about. So, you know. So Warren said she wouldn't go on Fox because it would get them money or support. Oh, okay. I wouldn't go on Fox out of principle since it's pretty much, you know, white nationalist propaganda, but, you know. So Kennedy doesn't like Kyle Kalinske either. Honestly, like, I think he's good in terms of helping people become leftists. Same with the Young Turks. But personally, I don't watch too much of him to really have a massive opinion either way. Oh shit. Stupid chat. Oh no, Chell was piped up by his girlfriend again. Okay, here we go. I found my place. You'd think Judeo-Christian faith has been around for centuries and not started in the 1930s. Yeah, like their thing is, if they're saying that Christians, as a really broad term, maybe founded Western democracy, then they might be right. To think that Western democracy and secularism is somehow reflective of ancient religion, which has brought so much damage to the world, then you're literally deluding yourself. So Mac doesn't like Sam Cedar. I don't watch too many of these, so I don't know too much. Okay, Adderall is used to treat ADHD. Okay, my only exposure to Adderall is watching Mr. Robot and him eating loads until he's like proper high and puking his guts out. So the Bill. Oh, okay, Surfs. The Bill Maher video is amazing. Yeah, I need to watch that one. I've been slacking on their videos a bit lately, actually. So everyone's saying that Kyle is a good debater as well. I think I'll be alright, to be honest. I didn't really debate those people I interviewed in the video because like that Trump supporter was saying so much fucking shit. I literally couldn't keep up. So Adderall is used for ADHD and weight loss back in the day. Sarah saying Justice Democrats was formed by Carl based around Bernie, so AOC is practically endorsing him by being a registered member. But yeah, if she if she endorses fucking Warren, should be a traitor. Jimmy Dore blocked Kennedy on Twitter. That's surprising. I didn't think he checked Twitter enough. What did you say to him? So Andrew's saying I don't disagree with him all the time, but I didn't like his take on the Crowder thing. There's free speech stuff. I don't agree with jumping in bed with conservatives and being allied with them to be like, we're standing up for free speech. Because I get it to an extent, right? You don't want YouTube being like, this speech is okay, this is bad. So, for example, my 2 recent videos about Iran and stuff, and I'm basically saying I think it's more likely that Saudi Arabia, America, and Israel blew up those tankers in Iran, right? In my personal opinion. But that could be labelled conspiracy and shit, and they could ban my channel. Do you know what I mean? So I understand that to an extent. But then Jimmy Dore, Glenn Greenwald, and all these people allying with people like Keemstar and all these shitty people on the right who peddle so much like hate speech a lot of the time and get away with so much shit I don't really agree with. Especially when they've warped the situation so much into being like, yeah, Vox are trying to take down YouTubers they don't like. And they don't care that Stephen Crowder has helped harass this guy, like dox his phone and shit. So New Vendetta saying, what first interested you in politics? For me, it was Bernie. I was curious before he ran for president. So I've always loved history and like always loved it. Thanks to, I love movies, I love video games. I remember Call of Duty and Metal Gear Solid were big ones for me. I guess like being interested in guns and stuff. I loved gun history. And then in like Metal Gear Solid and COD, they used to have like encyclopedias about the guns in some of the earlier ones. So I'd love reading them and I'd find it so interesting. It'd be like, oh, this rifle used by the Italians in World War II was the same one that was used to shoot JFK and stuff, or little things like that. Or, the Thompson machine gun was used by the Viet Cong. So it's little things like that. And then my interest went from there. Loved history in school. And it was the first subject I realised I was any good at because I got like A stars and stuff. And then from there, I started watching Young Turks a load when I was like 15. Got me into American politics and then just grown from there really. Did a history degree, then did masters in international relations. So yeah, I've been interested in history for a long time. History is politics in a lot of ways. So pretty much all my life is what I love most. I prefer history to politics, but they're so intertwined. You can't really get away from them. A lot of the time history is just politics from like 10, 15, 50 years ago. Yeah, Mac, I agree with you. Crowder was just demonetized. That's not even being deplatformed. Pretty much all my videos get demonetized. I'm not crying that YouTube are trying to censor me, even though it is pretty stupid. So Rally's saying Trump said he was £230. Yeah. Because he used to be 277 and you lost half your body weight. So Trump is over 300, man. There's no way he's only like 40 and a bit or maybe 50 pounds heavier than me. He's so fat. And his suits are so big. They don't fit properly. There's no way he is 230. Keep going. I'm fatter than you, Cav. Oops. I'm not, yeah. Don't feel bad, though. I used to be bigger. but I've had a lot of time to work out since I've been unemployed. Hopefully, I had the second interview on Thursday, so I'm hoping I get this job finally. And guess what it's in? I'll be a US news researcher, and working for the client. The client is the Associated Press, so I hope I get it. I had my second interview, and I really need a job now. I really want to do something I like. So Izzy saying, Kavanaka, will you call out Dave Rubin and challenge him to a debate right here and now? I bet Rubin will run through because he's a Spanish twit. Honestly, I would love to debate Dave. The thing is, Dave Rubin, I don't even know where I'd start, because I used to actually watch him sometimes on TYT, like his own show, and he's such a sellout. I don't know even where I'd start with him, because he must not even hold any principal positions if he's, to send out for money. Obviously, he'd never debate me because I'm a tiny channel and I'm super relevant to him. And I was thinking this today, I was like, if he invited me to a show, let's say I live in America, I don't think I'd go on it, though. I just couldn't sit across from someone like that who's been helping promote all this, letting white supremacists just have a platform where he doesn't challenge them. Yeah, Mac, I know the Count Dackula stuff is dumb, but and it does play into their narrative about free speech. At the same time, the law is generally pretty good for that stuff, even though there's some dumb shit like that. Rowdy's girlfriend is in Deep Throat. What the hell? Oh shit, did Count Dackula run for European Parliament? Shit, I didn't even remember that. PewDiePie's right winger, yeah. He's like one of those anti-SJWs, probably like a libertarian or some shit. I need to catch up, sorry, I'm far behind. Oh shit, not too far. What was I on? I was on 57 minutes. So, Assange is a European, okay. Yeah, he has a weird accent. He sounds sort of English, but he could be like German or some shit. Assange is Australian. Oh, okay. Sweden? Australian. Alright. Oh, Ruddy and Windy Melly are born in 87 and 86. Oh, okay. Talk about dead baby jokes. I didn't hear them until I was a lot older, really. I need to challenge Dave Rubin. Yeah, but he'll never even pay attention to me, will he? I'm way too small. 6K channel is like nothing, isn't it? Riley saying, what am I drinking? Just curious. I just squash. So it's just like, I don't know if do you have squash in America, or do you just call it like juice? So just juice, which you put water in it to dilute. Pretty much. Then you finish though. Izzy, I saw that TYT had a video of Alex Jones chasing down some kid who cussed him to his face. Yeah, that was the way he runs is so funny. Yeah, Mike was saying Ribena. Yeah, pretty much Ribena. Straight vodka if you ain't a bitch. I haven't drank straight vodka in a while. Since my 22nd birthday, I decided it'd be a good idea to not have a hangover, just drink a straight bottle of vodka and some light beer. And it did work, but it made me conk out at 2 a.m. So bad. Oh, okay, Kennedy, you just made fun of Jimmy's fans and he blocked you. Oh, that's annoying. So, is he saying he's British? Definitely drinking the hard stuff, 100% proof alcohol. Oh, yeah, exactly. Chol, you don't have a girlfriend, man. Shut the fuck up. So, Rally saying, Jesus Christ, the rational voice just subscribes to my channel and I don't have any videos up. So, whoever they are is in here, obviously. Yeah, they are watching. They're always watching. Izzy, Chol isn't actually a troll. He follows me on Instagram. Do you watch Democracy Now? I don't watch them properly, BS, but I do watch them from time to time. She doesn't live in Guildford, Chol. Zephan saying, would I ever come to America to shoot guns? I guess if I was in America and someone offered me the I do like guns, but yeah. Trump is a pog. Yeah, I saw that Hassan thing, actually. It was so funny. I lost a bunch of weight and my dad got sick and gained all this back. That's cool. Yeah, Kennedy, it doesn't matter though, because you're young as well. There's plenty of time to lose weight, and it doesn't even matter most of the time. We're all gonna die one day or get old, and no one's gonna be thinking how ripped they were, and they were, or great looking they were when they were 21. Well, me and you were 23, I think. So is he saying going to gym tomorrow after work to join once again? The thing is, I don't go to the gym. I have my own weights in my room and I go running, and it just suits me so much better because I can like do weights and watch TV. So what I've been watching lately, I was watching Ken Burns' The Vietnam War, then Ken Burns' The War, which is so good, especially the Vietnam War. And then I watched Jessica Jones just because might as well just finish the Netflix Marvel stuff. And then I'm gonna start. I need to watch Chernobyl, but I need to start the new Nick Griffin TV show. The guy who made Drive, starring Miles Teller. It's about like samurai in LA. It looks pretty good. Miles Teller. But yeah, and Hideo Kojima's in it as well, which is weird, from Metal Gear. Oh yeah, Kenny, I always see that stuff with Sam Cedar on Twitter with Dave Rubin. So is he saying to do a workout pack so he lose weight together? Riley saying libertarian or some shit. Should be official party name. Yeah, libertarians are the biggest sellouts. I need to make a video on that. So Max saying, did you watch David Pacman on Joe Rogan? I'm not the biggest Pacman fan, but it was a really good podcast. I didn't watch it because I was watching the clips and I was like, this is pissing me off because Pacman was like shutting down Rubin's all these crazy, not crazy things, all these like things he was saying. So I don't know. Is he saying Pacman is a really good debater? Yeah, he is pretty good. I do like him, to be honest. Not 100%, but... So Raleigh saying, I don't know who Rubin is, I know who you are, so screw Rubin. So basically, Raleigh, Dave Rubin used to work for the Young Turks and fell to the dark side, and they let him have his own show, and then it spun off into his own show, and it progressively got more and more right-wing until he completely sold out, and then the Koch brothers started funding it, so it basically became like some rubbish libertarian. Rational Voices subscribed to you. Yeah, I know you subscribed to me because you trolls my comments. So Benjamin said 6K isn't bad, you're moving up, it's not the size that matters, it's the quality of the content. Yeah, I know that's true. It's just lately my average views have been pretty crap, like 200 views and shit. Like when I first grew a bit, like I could put out anything and it'd get like 500 views. And now I think I'm hitting trending topics and it gets 200 views. And something's going wrong with my views because literally the other night, it did a view a minute until an hour, and then literally I got 3 views over the next 2 hours or something. It was really weird, so I don't really know what's happening. Everyone has a channel, yeah. Everyone makes a YouTube channel, but you obviously don't post anything on it. So yeah, Rally, if you watch Ruben, you'll see how Spinus he is. Yeah, exactly. Let's have a look. Yeah, don't watch Ruben, Rally. Or Rayleigh. Am I saying it? Rayleigh or Rally? Sorry, because I have not been pronouncing the E. Rayleigh. Rally is the bike in the UK. BS saying I should do Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I was thinking about starting some fighting and stuff, but next year if I get this job, then like working out and then playing football and stuff, I'm doing YouTube. I'm just gonna have no fucking time. But what do you like about Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu? Oh, Mac, cheers, mate. Cheers for the $5. Stream Club Penguin. Like Club Penguin back in the day, like I love swearing on it and getting banned. It was so good. But yeah, thanks a lot, man. Thanks a lot for the donation. I really appreciate it. Always a good supporter of mine through money. I'm pretty much trying to save all the Patreon money, and well, the YouTube money takes so long to come that I just, wait. Let's just say that as well. Sorry, I missed a load of comments. I don't know how I missed all these. Squash are gourds from Kin. Oh, blackcurrant squash, the juice you mix with water. So Izzy saying, I wish I could work out in my room, but my Xbox calls my name, so I thought it's a temptation. Yeah, well, I watch Netflix on my PlayStation and just hook it up to the TV. Yeah, working out sucks, man. I hate it, but I still do. It depends. I have a love hate. Like I like running. It makes me feel good. Oh, thanks a lot, Izzy. Mac and I got a funded channel. You need that new camera, yeah. Man, I appreciate the donation, both of you. If I get a job, I don't even need like extra funding. Really, I'll just buy it. I need mic and a crane mic and maybe a fucking green screen or something like that. but we'll see how it goes. So yeah, working out does suck, but running makes you feel good, even though I hate myself when I'm doing it. So Max saying, have you seen Place Beyond the Pines? I think that's the same guy who did May Drive. No, I have seen it, but Place Beyond the Pines is it Derek Cianfrance or something? He did Blue Valentine. The guy who did Drive did Bronson. He did Neon Demon, Only God Forgives. And I think that's it, really. And he's in the new game Death Stranding by Hideo Kojima, so... Yeah, Rayleigh saying, do sit-ups while you game, that's partially how I lost weight. Well, sit-ups while I watch TV, but yeah, it's a good one. So Kennedy's saying, I got to start taking my DS to the gym for when I'm on the treadmill. Yeah, I guess you could play some games. I guess I used to play the card games on Mario. You do that on the treadmill. So Rayleigh's saying, if I died in multiplayer and loading screens, I'd do YPGA. Do you mean yoga? Or is there a workout called YPGA? So Sarah saying Xbox is exercise for your fingers, and pro tip: jiggle your legs while you play. Burns a lot of calories. Oh, yoga. That's what you were saying. You could work out while you're gaming, or you could buy a PlayStation VR and download the Creed game. Apparently, that's a really good workout, the boxing one, or play the Wii boxing, or was it Wii Fit with the balance board? Izzy, have you completed Assassin's Creed Odyssey? I completed it a couple months ago. It was really good actually. Origins was better. So Will and Sally saying views go down in the summer and they're boosted CNN, BBC and Vox. They always boost the verified channels, don't they? They're always on trending. So Kennedy is on a podcast now. Wait, let me find the link. I'll post it in a... Shit, I just changed to Trump. I just posted, typed it in. There we go. Bad praxis. Nice. So here is Kennedy's podcast. Everyone, go check it out. I'll check it out later. Bam. Oh, thanks a lot, Rayleigh. I'm just trying to be trendy. The channel's good. I'm inspired to chip in. No, thanks a lot. I really appreciate the donation. I know, as someone who doesn't donate a lot to people, it can be kind of hard, but no, super appreciate it. I never know when I'll get this $5, probably like 2 months, but still goes on my YouTube little account. But yeah, appreciate you freeze donations. It's obviously really kind, and I say it a lot, so I'm not going to go and say how grateful I am again. But yeah, I appreciate everyone else's support. Just the comments and watching my stuff is great. And yeah, anyone who likes to donate a little extra, also really nice of you all. Charles, shut up, you're not moving to Surrey. So Max saying, I was about to say, oh yeah, when you're talking about Club Penguin, yeah, I love just talking so much shit. It was like when you're that young as well, just playing a game like that where you can talk to people is amazing. Like when you're like 11 years old. So BS saying jiu-jitsu is the closest you can get to an adult to kind of improvisational physical rough play that really resonates for me as a primate. Yeah, my friends do jiu-jitsu. They're really skinny and tall though. Like I don't want to lose loads of weight because that's what I'm kind of worried about football. Because lately when I've been doing weights and doing the heavier weights and then running, it really affects my running because I just feel heavier. So I don't know if I want to lose loads of weight, but I do want to do some sort of fighting sport. I want to see if I'm any good. Really saying about the games you guys used to play. Okay, Izzy saying no green screen. You can use cool posts in the background like you have now. Yeah, I guess better camera, I guess so. So BS saying jiu-jitsu is a sport. So there's the athleticism part of it, and it's a self-defense system. Yeah, Joan allowed to break arms and choke necks. Lovely, that's what I want to do. Put some anime posters too. PS5 and Xbox Scarlet coming out next year. I want it to come out this year. Cyberpunk comes out in April. Like, I have the original PS4, and games just look like shit on it. Like, Battlefield 5 looks like absolute trash on the original PS4. I don't want Cyberpunk to come out and look like garbage. I am hyped for The Witcher 3 being on Nintendo Switch though. I've been playing Animal Crossing for like a week straight. Kennedy, have you seen the trailer for the new Animal Crossing? I'm hyped for that. Like New Leaf, I played Wild World so much when I was a kid. New Leaf, I played a bit, but not as much. I'm hyped for the new one though. So Izzy, you haven't beat Odyssey yet. Trying to get 100%, but killing the mercenaries and the cultists is freaking fun. I've killed almost 500 mercs already. I'm crazy. I don't know how many I've killed. Over 100, definitely. I've completed all the storylines. It wasn't, after the first couple hours, I got a bit burnt out. Maybe the first 20, but it really picked up in the middle. I really liked it towards the end, actually. Yeah, Mac, the money takes ages to process. It's such a piss take. Like, all the payments. I actually haven't checked my AdSense lately, actually, because I got paid about a month ago. 100. So, last 2 months, I got about 100 and something each time. But I haven't really checked it out this month, so. I have 92 in my balance. Pretty sick. Don't know when I'm getting paid, though. So, another 15 or 11 pounds, just converted it, so I have about 103 this month, so not bad. I bet £100 about 3 months in a row now, so it's pretty good for something I do on the side, even though I'm making no money anywhere else. Yeah, the mercs, I always pay to get my bounty down so I don't have to kill them. So do judo. I used to do judo as a kid. It's not enough fighting for me though. It's just lots of wrestling. So Kennedy's saying you miss running so bad, but you fucked up your knee. Can only do so much now. I usually stick to the elliptical. Yeah, I used to run 10k or 11k like 4 times a week, and seriously, it fucked up my legs so bad. I'm such an idiot. I used to think that the more I ran, I'd lose weight and I could eat what I want, but that's not the case. So now I run 5 quicker, do weights, and do ab stuff. And I eat pretty healthy, but I still eat kind of what I want, and my body's so much better. So it's all about getting a bit of balance and educating yourself better. Like, I don't drink soda anymore, ever, and I don't really eat takeout either. So I try and be a lot better. And I play football once a week as well. Yeah, new Animal Crossing looks amazing. Yeah, it's so good. I want Cyberpunk is The Witcher 3, but in the future. It's so much more than that. I've been watching previews. Like, I love Blade Runner and Blade Runner 2049 so much. Just being able to play that, but just the detail they've gone into it. They're such a good developer, CD Projekt Red. Don't love their trans joke they made, and don't love some of the shit they said on Twitter, but in terms of gaming, so good. Wendy Melly, if I was in America, I wouldn't vote for Biden if he got a nomination. Yeah, new Animal Crossing in 2020 on Switch. Sarah saying I'd probably cry while voting for him. I would too. Rayleigh, yeah, lots of gamers in here. I dig it. Cabinacle, you're on PS4. Give us your game tags. Yeah, if anyone wants to add me on PS4, normally I'm quite late. I'm probably going to play some Days Gone after the stream. What is my PS4 name? I think it's just this. Pretty standard. PS4 names. Yes, yeah, so if you guys have PS4, add me on it. So Charles saying loyalists were American colonists who stayed loyal to the British Crown during the American Revolutionary War, often called the Tories. Yeah, did American politics? Did you have Tories? You had Whigs, I know, but I don't know if you had Tories in your actual politics. Yeah, Izzy, World War Z looks interesting. I was gonna buy it, but I was pretty skint at the time. Red Dead, yeah, I love Red Dead. I'm on my second playthrough. I just got to Saint Denis again. Red Dead is way better the second time. I'm really liking it a lot more. I think because the first time you play it, you have such high expectations, and you want to rush through to see where the story ends. Because you don't want people to spoil it for you, obviously. Because on YouTube, there's spoilers all the time. It's so annoying. So thankfully, I didn't get it spoiled for me. But I preferred it a lot more the second time. Such a good game. But playing in first person is really cool as well. I've been doing that mostly. Yeah, Rayleigh, I don't think he's worse than Trump, but they're kind of cut from the same cloth in terms of their policies. And like Biden's simply like, he's a Republican, isn't he? Really? So Kennedy's saying, are you a gamer if you only like wholesome Nintendo games? Yeah, I guess you are. You know, oh no, Mac, it's £92, so not $92, but it's already processed as well. So YouTube have already taken their cut of the money, so I get the £92 rather than getting $90 and give me £60 or some shit. So Windy Manny's saying I'm a Green Party member, so that's either that or writing Bernie. Yeah, I guess it's you're in a hard situation in America, aren't you? Really, like you kind of need more people to vote third party like they used to in the 90s, like Ross Perot and not saying Ross Perot is good, but Ralph Nader is another one, isn't it? Sorry. Izzy saying I want Switch because Witcher 3 for the Switch. Damn. Yeah, Resident Evil 5. I've been playing Resident Evil 4 on my Switch. I'm actually so impressed. Resident Evil 5, obviously it's like a revolutionary game in terms of what it invented, like third person shooting. So amazing, like how well it holds up. I've been really enjoying that. Been playing Rayman Legends as well. I used to love Rayman as a kid. Rayman 2. So Max saying I would just vote green to try and get to 15% for equal funding. That argument actually worked for me in persuading someone who was reluctantly going to vote for Hillary. So what's the deal here? The Greens have to get 15% of the vote for what in the future? Is it like something about being like a legit party or something? So Izzy saying I have The Witcher 3 free for Xbox, PS4 and Nvidia. I bought it 3 times. I love it so much. I couldn't help. Izzy, I completed Witcher 3 times. I completed it on normal, Broken Bones and Death March. Death March at the end was, I think we talked about it before actually. Death March on the end, those last two, not Eredin, but who is it? Not Imraf. He was easy. The what's that? Karempha or something? That wizard one of the Wild Hunt. He's so annoying. He was so hard. I made me want to smash my controller. And Dettlaff in the DLC. Oh my god, I wanted to rage so bad. He was so hard to kill. Kenny, you got to go back to low carb. When I'm depressed, I bake a lot. Eating is so hard, isn't it? Like, my main weakness is chocolate. Like, I just want it all the time. Like, junk food's not so bad. Like, I try and keep like my cravings bad, like small. But like, I have these like mini Oreos or like thin Oreos, and it's 30 calories for one. And then I have low calorie hot chocolate, and I have that like late like at night if I want some chocolate, and it's like a good alternative, but still I so addicted to it. Yeah, Cyberpunk is coming out first. Yeah, but I need a new PS4. I bought my PS4 on launch day. I need a new one. The graphics are so bad. Anyone ever played Last of Us? Yeah, Last of Us is sick. I completed it twice, but it's such a good game. I'm really hyped for the second one. So Max in South Carolina, I'm pretty sure Jill Stein was like a communist down here. Everyone's a communist in the US. Republicans, really, aren't they? Yeah, I really enjoyed Last of Us. The storytelling was really good. Yeah, World War Z looks good. Like, reminds me of Left 4 Dead. I miss Left 4 Dead. Rayleigh, anyone like We Happy Few? Hey, it's all British. It's actually pretty amazing. Yeah, I've heard really bad things about it, but the humour and the art style looks really fun. Like, it's like a whole society in England. Is it like after like a nuclear war or some shit? And it's like they're all taking drugs to make themselves be happy and not face reality. Yeah, Izzy, they've improved Red Dead Online a bit, but it's not great. Like, not like the old one, which is so good online. But yeah, single player is so good. So Roro Zoro saying the establishment is back in Warren because they know it's a good chance Burt Barnes going to fail. That's my theory too. It's a good alternative, to split the vote for Bernie. Mac, never buy an Xbox One, just PS4. Xbox One has no exclusives. Unless you love Gears of War and Halo, don't buy one, because PS4, top of my head, Horizon Zero Dawn, sick game, 10 out of 10. Spider-Man, Last of Us, 2 Uncharted games, which are both amazing. What else come out this year? Days Gone, I'm really enjoying at the moment. There's a couple more have come out, like exclusives. And then you've got Death Stranding, which is going to be amazing. Ghost of Tsushima, the Samurai game is going to be amazing. And one more exclusive. What is it? Last of Us 2, there we go. So I'm hyped for all them. Yeah, PS4 has all the exclusives, so don't buy an Xbox. I have an Xbox, and I haven't for years. It's just sitting there. I use my PS4 every day. Yeah, Warren is not for medical for all. I agree, Zoro. Yeah, maybe new camera soon. I think camera is. I think camera is the last of my priorities because my camera is actually decent, but I need a better mic. That mic is top, and then I'll have a look at the background. I think them two first, and then camera. I think comes a bit after that. 'Cause my camera is decent. It's just I need a bit of a better one to be honest. So Kennedy saying I'd never vote Green just because they're a bad party. I'd love to see Working Families Party gain steam, but I doubt it. I never heard of that Working Families Party. I voted Green in the European elections. Yeah, Mac buy PS4. Yeah, exactly. Sarah, I had a dream about Rayman last night. It was a TV show like Ninja Warrior or whatever it's called. I love yeah, Rayman was such a good character back in the day. So Max saying, does your keyboard in the UK have the pound symbol already on it over the 4 maybe? Yeah, they should do, but too bad my like keyboard is American, annoyingly, has no pound symbol, so like they're dollar. And on my iPad keyboard as well, got a dollar symbol, which I never use. I'm gonna have to copy and paste a pound symbol in. It sucks. So so easy. I hate the vampire guy in which video say, oh my god. Yeah, it's that bat thing. It's when he throws that swarm of bats at you and you can't block them and you can barely dodge them. I just quen spammed in the end. Yeah, Matt, you PS4, like in the UK, they're doing Spider-Man and a PS4 Slim, £200. I'd be really surprised if you couldn't get cheap PS4 Slim in the US. Yeah, really, it wasn't it an Xbox exclusive? It was also well expensive, We Happy Few, and the reviews were kind of bad. Yeah, Xbox One X has better specs than the PS4 Pro, but what are you gonna play on it? Basically nothing. And the whole UI is way worse on an Xbox, in my opinion. Do you do Twitch streams? No, Zoro, I don't. I was thinking about maybe streaming games off my PS4 because I got the camera and stuff. But I don't think that'd be something a lot of people would want to see really because I wouldn't play anything properly. I'd probably play like Tetris or something. So I wouldn't be like playing like Battlefield or something and not replying to the comments. Yeah, Andrew saying we use liberal and communist interchangeably over here apparently. Yeah, Americans always, you know, communism is such a slur, but you just use it to target anyone you disagree with you really. Yeah, PS3 doesn't have We Happy Few. I already have Xbox. Well, if you already have an Xbox One, depends what you want to play. Buy a PS4 for the exclusives. There's enough exclusives to justify buying one. If you want something a bit different, Nintendo Switch is really good. So Rody saying, We Happy Few is an alternative history, and Germans won the war, so it's super dark, and the government is patrolling the streets, making you sure you're on drugs. Oh, okay, interesting. There was a TV show called SSGB about the Nazis not winning the war, but they invade mainland England and occupy most of it. And their truce with the Soviets still holds because they're still friends. Apparently, it's a weird show, but it's good. Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn is amazing. Yeah, Horizon Zero Dawn, one of the best games of the last decade. So good. Oh, you're getting a new PS4 Pro. I need a new PS4 Pro. If I'm working and Cyberpunk is coming out, I don't know. I'm waiting for the PS5 to be honest, but I don't want to play Cyberpunk on a crap console. So Charles saying the domestic policies of Richard Nixon were called Tory Socialist, which have much common with the philosophy of big government. I read something that what was it? That Nixon was considering UBI, which I thought was really interesting. I never heard of that before, but he rejected it ultimately. Still a weird one. Yes, Izzy, my brothers have that. Converted to use an Xbox One controller for PS4. It works pretty well, to be honest. Hey, Peter Coffin's here. Probably the most famous YouTuber who watches my stuff. So Peter says, Nintendo Switch is really enjoyable, has the best Tetris. Tetris 99, Peter, is so good. I'm addicted to it. Wait, I'll prove my addiction to everyone. My Switch is right here. I have so many hours on Tetris 99 because it's all I've been playing recently. It was pretty sad. So let's have a look at it. Wait, let's see. It's backward. Oh, you can't see it. It says played for 90 hours on it. Played so much. I've only won once though. So basically, Tetris 99 people don't have a Switch. It's Battle Royale like Fortnite, where 99 people play Tetris against each other. And it's so good, and it's so addicting. I really love Tetris now. Tetris Effect got me into it on the PS4, but so Rayleigh saying, I'd watch you live stream Tetris talk about politics. Yeah, it'd be Tetris Effect. I'll have a go, maybe next Sunday. Oh, Peter's never won. What, you've gotten second. How much have you played though? You might, I'm a proper bang out. I played, I think 50 hours before I came first, and I nearly came first a couple of times. Oh, it's so intense. I couldn't believe when I did it. I was so happy. I have no idea. I'm trying to think, like when I won, oh my god, I couldn't actually, I got the recording of me winning, but I couldn't believe it. I'd waited so long, like me and my girlfriend kept switching goes so you could win it. I couldn't, like, it'd be boring for people to watch, but it was so intense. I thought I was going to bottle it, but people have gotten too good at it now. Yeah, Peter Coffin is here, everyone play cool. Yeah, everyone, Nintendo Switch, everyone go get a Switch, buy Zelda. Tetris Effect is free if you sign up for Nintendo's online service. What else have I played in it? Resident Evil 4, but that's not for Switch only. Mario Kart 8, Splatoon. What else is exclusive? I like Mario Tennis. There's a lot of good stuff in there. And just what the best thing about the Switch is, I'm Nintendo's PR person, right? So you can right, so I'm playing Rayman at the moment. So you just like there, it's on, it's Rayman, and then you just turn it off, and then you can just leave it like that for days, and then you turn it on, and it's like right where you left off. So it's so much better than like sitting down and booting up a console for ages. And that's why I'm hyped for The Witcher 3 on Switch, because Witcher 3 takes so long to load on Switch, it's crazy. So yeah, get a Switch if you're considering it. I play it on the train when I've been going to interviews up London, been playing like Resident Evil on the train and stuff. It's so good. Animal Crossing is badass. Yeah, I knew Animal Crossing can't. Oh, yeah, Link's Awakening remix for Switch. Yeah, it's so good. So Peter saying Breath of the Wild initially really didn't love, but when the philosophy of a temporary life in a permanent world hit me, the game was amazing. I've never really thought about it like that. I just in terms of like what did I love most about it? Just the freedom of it, I guess. And I guess like sort of what you're getting at, Peter, is like seeing all these places from previous Zelda's games like that have completely like been left desolate because it's like 10,000 years later. So you see like the ranch from Ocarina of Time, and it's just there, and like it's just crazy that this world sort of exists in the Zelda timeline somewhere, but not really. It's pretty like, I know, weird, but the art style is really cool as well. I think it shows a lot you can do with oh, you're playing Breath of the Wild right now, Void Puppy. Yeah, I got it on Wii U, completed half of it, and then bought it for Switch, and I only completed it recently. I'm hyped for the next one though. Like the mystery of it's really cool, and like the new trailer got me hyped. It looks scary, like Ganon in like some tomb and just like grabbing Link. But yeah, Link's Awakening, I used to play on the Game Boy Color. I really liked it as a kid. You had a Chain Chomp, which was crazy. It was like, Chain Chomp in Zelda? What's going on? So I'm hoping new Zelda's good. And I'm just happy they're using the assets and the engine from Breath of the Wild and taking it over. Because it just makes it so much easier to bang out a game quicker. I used to have the DS ones as well, Phantom Hourglass. Yeah, Void Puppy, the end fight, it was way too easy. Like, I was expecting more. I just bought loads of bomb arrows and shooting Ganon. And then I was using is it Orbosa's Fury, when you hold down your sword and swing it and it just electrocutes everyone. It was really easy. So Zora saying, have I seen Destiny streams? Is Destiny that guy who gets loads of different people on and they all debate political topics? Is that Destiny? And then didn't he have a debate with who was it? Was it Hassan or Kyle from Secular Talk? Destiny the streamer, I think they were debating about free trade or something, but I've seen a lot of hate for him on like Progressive Voice and stuff. Destiny does Twitch, yeah. I think he streams a lot of games and stuff. Who was the guy who had AOC on his stream? Is that... No, what's not Destiny, is that someone else? Starlink is good. Okay, and it has Star Fox. Star Fox is on the Switch version, isn't it? Warren is an Eisenhower Republican. Maybe. H-bomb. Okay, thanks, Peter. H-bomb. Do people like H-bomb? Is it... I'll ask Kennedy, actually. Kennedy's like... Kennedy knows all these people the most. Okay, wait. Laura Southern's the racist one, isn't she? The white nationalist. And then they're having a debate with Hassan and Kyle. And Destiny was doing it as well. Is that what you're saying? Wind Waker is... Yeah, Wind Waker's a good one. It was so hard when I was a kid, though. When he had, yeah, on the GameCube. It also came with the collection, like, of the old ones. So I played Ocarina of Time for the first time. I miss so much Zelda. Yeah, Breath of the Wild's a good point to jump back on, though. Destiny is not leftist. Kennedy saying Destiny isn't good for much other than hating on right wingers. That's still valuable, though, it sounds like. AOC was on the Cumtown podcast. You trolling me again. Is this like the deep throat thing all over again? H-bomb is cool. Okay, cool. H-bomb is he progressive? H-bomb is from the UK. Damn it, I thought I had the UK politics, covering American politics. I know his stuff is more creative, isn't it? But I thought I had the monopoly on this. Ocarina of Time is so amazing, I'd still play it. I had it on my Nintendo 3DS, and they remastered it. It was pretty sick. I got stuck, though, when you're going inside that, like, turtle's stomach, and you're throwing that is it Zora around? Izzy, does the Switch have Wind Waker? No, it doesn't, sadly. Hopefully they're going to make it one day. But they are Nintendo are annoying and good with ports. It was crazy. Wind Waker is such an easy, like, sell. It sells so well. So that's a hard one to Zora. Yeah, that was so annoying. So H-bomb is one of those really weird people, really good person. He was on a video with someone I subscribe to called Moth Cub, and she has like 6,000 with her mates or something. It was pretty funny when he came on. I'm so out of touch with a lot of leftist YouTubers. Sonic. I was a Sonic video. That is really surprising. Wait. So, did he say Sonic is a fascist or some shit? Because I don't know if he came on and said that on the video I watched. So basically, what do people think of Sonic, like, in terms of politics? I'd be really interested to hear. So in my opinion, so Sonic obviously runs really fast, right? So I was watching this video and it said Sonic is like Francis Fukuyama in the sense that, you know, he's trying to get to the end of history really quickly, and he's sort of overlooking a lot of what's going to happen. So, you know, like Fukuyama, I'd think Sonic the Hedgehog is going so fast. He's sort of, you know, he didn't really take the rise of China seriously. So in Sonic and Francis Fukuyama's opinion, probably, in Sonic's opinion, is that Sonic probably thought, you know, this is the end of history. I can run around, you know, we'll get there quickly. I'll run around the world. It'll all be the same. The end of history. The neoliberal world order has triumphed over the communist world. I'm just going to ignore it. This is the end of history right here. But then, you know, as the US was dealing with its wars in Iraq and Afghanistan, then they had the recession. They didn't see China coming out of nowhere. And I think Sonic also probably overlooked China's rise because, you know, Sonic's not that popular in China. He's got his own thing to deal with. And some people were saying, like, you know, Sonic could be a fascist and stuff. But I don't really know about that because obviously Sonic is friends with a lot of different species. So what is Knuckles? Like some weird thing. And then you have like Big the Cat and his girlfriend Amy. They're not all hedgehogs. So I don't think you can really be a fascist if your friends and, you know, your society is all part of, like, you know, has like a diverse makeup and stuff. So I hope everyone knows I'm not being too serious here, but I'm just talking a load of shit about Sonic the Hedgehog being a fascist. But sorry, live chat. So please watch. Okay, Sonic is a metaphor for class struggle. um, so 80,000 Tories in total permanently left the US after the war. Okay. But what does a Tory mean back then? Like, Tories left loads of the, I guess the British Army were Tories, because it's only really two choices. So is he saying, I'm glad they're doing the Sonic CGI for the movie, because that Sonic looks like marriage nightmare fuel. Sonic the Hedgehog of fascism, I don't know. But how old is this H-bomb a guy's Sonic video? I can't see it. Speed running? No, that's about Mirror's Edge. I can't see it. Hey, let me type in this. Oh, it's 2 years ago. He's analysing the Sonic law. Um, we had the Tories and the Whigs. All right, Sonic had Down syndrome. He just looked weird. Like he had human fingers. I don't know why they gave him human fingers. Please watch this a minute. Okay, I'll watch this when I'm done. But basically, I guess, Sonic is just really defending the Green Hill Zone from Eggman, who's trying to, bring his robots. Is the robots maybe, stand in for automation of industries? He's sort of like a capitalist entrepreneur, Eggman. So you never really know. But Sonic, he seems pretty carefree. Like he's running so fast, does he even have time to think about such things as like fascism or the rise of China or Francis Fukuyama? It's really hard to, really hard to think about these things, sort of. Exactly, is he? Like, is Sonic running so fast that he really doesn't know the difference between the Green Hill Zone and the Green New Deal? If we got Sonic on this live stream right now and we said, Sonic, what do you think of the Green New Deal? Do you think he'd really understand the intricacies? I don't think he cares for such things. And you see in the movie, he's running around the human world, doesn't really act like, he knows where he even is. He's been chased by police and stuff. So he's obviously up to something. So I don't really know. Eggman is apparently the good guy because the army like Eggman. So maybe it's like an alternate universe where Sonic's the bad guy. Is Shadow the Hedgehog advocating for armed revolution? That game with Shadow the Hedgehog where he has machine guns and stuff. So, is this two sides to the same coin? Sonic's maybe for civil disobedience, annoying people by running around where he shouldn't be. But Shadow the Hedgehog is like, fuck it, I'm just going to get a gun and I'm going to take on Eggman directly. I'm going to shoot people because that, class struggle should be armed struggle at the end of the day. So Shadow is maybe the people we should be, the guy we should be following. And at the same time, he's like experimenting on to be like Sonic. But he's got the balls to do what's necessary. Eggman is oppressing him. So Shadow just grabs a gun and a Jeep and he's driving it around in the Shadow the Hedgehog video game. And he's just doing what needs to be done, really. So, I don't know, I probably agree with Shadow the Hedgehog a bit more. Like, Big the Cat is like some libertarian, just like fishing, like trying to want to be left alone by like the government and Eggman. But, libertarians, Big the Cat, you're either on our side or, you're I guess what's the word I'm looking for? He's not really being an ally of ours by just sitting there doing nothing. Have I ever seen The Room? I know enough about it. I've seen enough of the scenes. Like, I got a new client at the bank. We make a lot of money. And then, what's the other character's name? He asked Johnny about it. And he's like, no, it's confidential. Anyway, how's your sex life? The Room is good. I need to watch the film, though, about The Room. The James Franco one. You're tearing me apart, Lisa. Oh, hi, Mark. Yeah, Kennedy, no problem. Thanks for deep analysis. Yeah, I don't think people understand the nuances of Shadow the Hedgehog. And like, I know it's like a dumb video game character, but I think Sega were trying to say so much more. Now, Void Puppy, I wouldn't say Sonic is a neo-space communist. I'd say that's going a bit too far. So Bowser's a communist. Sex life is not great. Well, thanks for asking, man. Sex life is bad for everyone at the moment. It's the best. Mine is fine, I guess. I have a girlfriend, so good enough. But we've been going out for 6.5 years. which have been good. They've gone by really quick. Not complaining. So Bowser, I think Bowser is a bit understood, but you know, like think of all the, think of all the things Bowser creates, and like all these monsters. Like, do they have jobs without Bowser? Do you know what I mean? Like, does he employ a lot of these people? But then I guess we could spin that around and saying that Bowser's probably oppressing them, because if he's the capitalist overlord, these people are probably forced into, like the Goombas. You know, there's women Goombas. I think there's children Goombas. Like, obviously they need to work to sustain their Goomba lifestyle, and obviously the Koopas, like they're the proletariat, obviously, aren't they? Because the Koopas make up the bulk of Bowser's workforce and army, and I guess, yeah, but Izzy, maybe the Mario Brothers are killing them, I guess, but like they're trying to free people from Bowser, but maybe, I don't know, Toad, because like Mario in essence is protecting a monarchy, and Bowser is sort of challenging it, but I don't see, I see Bowser as more an oppressor rather than like some revolutionary figure challenging the kingdom of the mushroom, or like challenging the monarchy of the Mushroom Kingdom, because at the same time, maybe he employs people, maybe he leads them, maybe they're there by choice, but they're doing some horrible jobs like driving his flying boats, and killing themselves, and the Hammer Bros like throwing hammers. I don't know. It is quite diverse, so maybe they're a revolutionary army, but I guess, yeah, Mario is protecting the elites. I know we're sort of joking about this, but has anyone thought that Batman is actually quite problematic? And as like a concept, like a billionaire who instead of using his money to address the causes of poverty in Gotham, uses it to make technology to go around beating criminals half to death, and that is a good thing. So, like, would we celebrate Donald Trump if he used all his money to make loads of technology to allow him to go around New York City beating on poor criminals? I don't know. It sounds like a kind of weird concept. Batman isn't fascist. Batman is looking for an excuse to be sociopathic. Yeah, I agree. Shadow did nothing wrong as a new Stalin did nothing wrong. Yeah, my girlfriend's not going to watch this stream. She hasn't even finished watching my Trump protest video. And that is one of my good ones, so that's confidential. I cannot tell you. Yeah, fair enough, Mac. You can't tell me. Have I seen the movie? I haven't seen the movie. I haven't seen the whole thing. I've seen most of it. The long sex scenes, yeah, it is crazy. Like, it's funny how he loves the fame, even though we're all laughing at him. Johnny, I don't know, it's weird. Max saying, have I read Watchmen? I rewatched it and it's fantastic. Looking back on it, it'd probably be much popular if released today. I haven't seen it. I probably should watch it. I'm hyped for the series though on HBO. Crazy HBO like making a superhero show. Yeah, so Kennedy saying he beats the fuck out of people who belong in a mental health facility. I disagree. Batman is an issue for me. He seems to have a 72-hour day. Yeah, it's way too much time. Like, unrealistic. Batman sat when he was a kid, obviously. Ray, you gotta work out with your girl. Yeah, exactly. We're old enough. It comes to be expected. But when you're adults and you don't live together, it's so hard to see each other, especially she has a full-time job now. So it's like, time is so limited these days. I'm super dreading having kids when I'm older, to be honest. Like, all my time, I'm just going to try and enjoy the next 7 years. Because I said to my girlfriend, no kids, or I'm not getting married or having kids until I'm 30, at minimum. Because I am not, giving away the last bit of freedom in my life. Because, like, okay, I feel bad for my parents. I still live at home, and I'm 23, so, if I have my kids at 30, and my kids aren't moving out until I'm, like, in my 50s, so... So Charles saying, the Whigs became the main rivals of the Democrats and evolved to the current Republican Party. Oh, okay, interesting, didn't know that. Until their first president, Abraham Lincoln, was elected. Yeah, Izzy, I guess Batman does sometimes use his riches to fix problems, but I don't think that's really shown enough to really, take away that he beats these people all night. So, yeah, Batman can fix a lot of things, but just buys fancy toys. There's saying, if you recommend it, I'll try watching it. Yeah, I want to watch Watchmen, and the series definitely I'm hyped for. Um, if Superman cared about the planet, he would have fixed climate change. Yeah, but wouldn't he have to fix climate change by killing all the CEOs and the boards of all these companies that pollute the world? Yeah, I guess that's true, mate. You know, if you lived in Gotham and you're being terrorized by criminals all the time, I guess you wouldn't mind someone coming to scare them. Can we talk about people breeding? I mean, there's so many kids in the ones Batman adopt. Yeah, I guess at the end of The Dark Knight Rises, when Batman dies, and he gives his Wayne Manor to the orphanage. That's the best thing he could do there. Yeah, he is as crazy as villains. I think that they do make a point of that in some of the comics. Yeah, Superman would have to like kill all these like boards of these capitalist companies to, you know, really make a difference. Unless there's some sort, fly around the world again and go back to the 1750s and be a Luddite and destroy the technology. Oh, crazy! I didn't know that, Mac. So Watchmen's a dystopian future where Nixon is elected to 5 terms, and then they win the Vietnam War, don't they? That's a big part of it. But I don't know how you win the Vietnam War. I don't know what that exactly looks like. I know that is it Dr. Manhattan. Is that big blue guy? Um, like helps them kill the Vietnamese. But I still don't understand how that works, to be honest. Because that was a big debate in the war. Like, what does victory in Vietnam look like? Like, if even if the US beat the North Vietnamese into submission and occupied the whole Vietnam, there's obviously still going to be guerrillas fighting. So you haven't really won. My chat is disconnected. Oh. My Wi-Fi is broken. Sorry, my chat's not working. It's my phone, it'll probably be alright because I have 3G still working. Sorry, I'm just trying to get my chat back up on my computer. Oh yeah, Mac. I think that is another point. Yeah, Vietnam is the 51st state. I don't know how that would really work because obviously, like, the Philippines wasn't made another state, or Puerto Rico's not a state, is it? And but Hawaii is, and Alaska. Yeah, DC doesn't get representation, but Hawaii does. Oh shit, my Wi-Fi ain't working on this. So I'm gonna get my chat up on my iPad instead. Americans in the chat, are you guys sick of how long the election cycle lasts? Alright, here we go. So sorry, I got the chat back up now. Change it to live chat. For fuck's sake, now it starts working on my computer. Yeah, Watchmen does sound good from what you're saying. So, Puerto Rico's a territory. All right, we're still at 50. When was Hawaii made a state? Was it made a state later than Puerto Rico? It's crazy. Literally, like, it's crazy America pretend it's not imperialist when it literally took the Spanish colonies off them and then kept them. Like Philippines. I've been watching the Ken Burns War, and it's like there's so many plantations the Americans own in the Philippines because the Japanese obviously invade the Philippines first, like one of the first places they invade when they declare war on America, and put loads of American civilians in prison. Okay. You can fight violence with violence, and mentally ill people are often victims of violence rather than perpetrators. Yeah, Batman is a problematic concept, I think. Tony Stark is a bit, but he does kind of use his power for more benevolent purposes. Hey, so you guys are all sick. It should be like 3 months. Yeah, it is a bit long-winded, isn't it? Like, it's so draining. It's like still a year and a half away, and it's like all that's talked about. It is kind of like fun to watch because it's a spectacle. At the same time, it is a bit draining, isn't it? So 1950s, 1959. Yeah, Cornelius, I guess I agree. The longer it is, the more chance Sanders has to win. Yeah, that's crazy. Puerto Rico should definitely be a state. Like you nick them, you nick the island of the Spanish. And you're like, you're part of America, but we're gonna treat you like shit. And the same with Cuba. Like, I guess I didn't say it's part of America. I did treat them like total crap. That's crazy. Puerto Rico's U.S. territory. Forget like some other territories. Like someone said, American Samoa. They're called fake states. They're states we control them, but we have few rights. Yeah, it's pretty crazy. Should do what Cuba did. Get rid of the Americans. Yeah. Yeah, Puerto Rico's just part of imperialism, isn't it? Get rid of the Spanish, take over Cuba, Puerto Rico, Philippines, some other places. In 1854, members of the Whig Party met to establish a new party to oppose the spread of slavery into Western territories. So the Republican Party had sort of noble beginnings. Look what it's fucking become. Monster. Nazi party. Alright, so I've been doing this about 2 hours. I'm going to wrap it up in a sec. I think it's 3 a.m. here. So I should probably wrap it up soon. Oh, Michael, is it still one? I did not know it was. I was British Protectorate. Well, I know Belize. Isn't Belize part of the UK? Or part of our territory? And that's in South America. So Cornelius saying, the US still acts and thinks they're the heroes, the Avengers on the global stage. All the while, they're a less evil Hydra. Yeah, less evil. Well, like Hydra, the US also got loads of Nazis to help them with their space program, didn't they? And weapons technology. So did the Soviets, to be fair. Is he saying, I wish the Caribbean islands can become its own Caribbean states of the Atlantic and kick the US out? Yeah, it would be good to kick the US out, but it'd be such a poor, federation because so many of the Caribbean countries are so poor. Yeah, it's been fun. Yeah, Sarah, it's been good. Everyone chatting. It's been a good talk. America's real bad. US sucks. I love how much you guys love you. I hate your country. Don't worry, I hate my country too. But we have redeeming qualities. We have Scotland, and Scotland is good. England is bad. Northern Ireland is bad. Well, half bad. Joking. It's not that binary, but Northern Ireland's half Catholic as well, and half Republican. If we're gonna go that route, Wales, shithole. Scotland is good. Scotland's full of nice liberal people, and they hate the fucking Conservatives. And they mostly voted to stay as well, remain. Yeah, Michael, my mate was in the British Army. He went to Belize every year, so I think it is still British territory. Yeah, Americans, you've seen what's going on in Hong Kong. Go do that. Go do that in Washington. While Trump breaks the law literally every single day. Yeah, is he? Because if you think about the Caribbean in general, Puerto Rico, I guess, is probably one of the wealthier ones, but like Haiti, Trinidad, Jamaica, they're pretty poor places, aren't they? Haiti's one of the poorest places in the world. Yeah, Max Scottish. Yay. Joel, the Republican Party, the Tory Party must be way older than the Republican Party, though. Conservative Party, or they changed their name to Conservatives in the 1800s. Oh, Swedish, so nice. 2 decent countries in Scotland and Sweden. When I went there, it's end London rule, yeah. Well, hopefully they have another independence referendum. I didn't want them to leave. Was it 2014 or 2015? But now I want them to leave for their own sake. So Jigglypuff saying, if Biden wins and Trump is elected president, can I advocate for full anarchy in the streets? The more violence, the better. probably my last point before I go. You know what I think the worst part of America is? Everyone who's for the Second Amendment is essentially people who love Republicans and love the government at the moment. I've read about socialist militias in America, and it's pretty interesting. But that is what you need if you want to change anything. Not fucking Republicans who like love the government so much and never do anything. Would the Bahamas be part of the Caribbean nations? I guess. Some of those Caribbean islands are still part of Britain, though. Yeah, it's not, Cornelius, I'm not being totally serious, but Scotland is a bit better. Yeah. Leftists need to arm themselves. They should, since the Nazis have already armed themselves. If Bernie wins, we take the Senate, Puerto Rico might become a state. Yeah, that would be good. I wonder if he would push that issue hard, though. Have I ever shot a gun? No, never shot a gun. Paintball gun is as close as I've come. Yeah, don't trust Warren either because of the Bernie stuff. I think a lot of people share your sentiment. Hurricane season started and Puerto Rico is still 95% of power. I couldn't imagine living in a place with hurricanes or tornadoes. It'd be so crazy. Max saying he'd be for Puerto Rico joining to get more 2 left senators. Beto, just run for Senate, you dog. Shit. Yeah, it's so weird. Like, you need to get power for your cousins. I couldn't imagine having such a disaster coming. It's like there's tornadoes in Oklahoma. Someone in the stream a couple of weeks ago was talking about that. It sounded really shit, and the flooding. So Kennedy's saying, I think Warren is a left liberal and not a socialist. She's just pretty liberal, like typical liberal, not socialist at all. Alright, let's end it there then. So yeah, so thank you everyone for tuning in. In terms of this week, I'm going to slow down the uploads a bit, because I think I uploaded 5 times last week. And I'm going to try and space them out a bit more. Maybe put some more effort into them. Maybe research, like, I'm hoping this one I've been writing lately does well. Maybe it can start a bit of a trend, but I'll see. If something good comes up, I'll cover it. Yeah, so just keep a lookout at my channel this week. Hopefully I'm going to find out about that job this week, so hopefully I fucking get it. And then get some financial independence and buy all the stuff I want for my YouTube channel. But anyway, yeah, so thank you everyone for tuning in. Yeah, bye Kennedy, Rayleigh, Izzy, Cornelius, Raleigh, Mac, everyone else. Really appreciate it. Stay tuned for my channel. If any of you have commented on my recent videos and I haven't replied, I'm going to get on that. Izzy saying, am I still doing the Sunday streams? I'm going to try and start again now because I've had a little break, haven't I? So try and do it every Sunday. And it's a good night for me to do it at the moment. Yeah, Rayleigh saying, you know something good will come up. Yeah, hopefully. This will break me if I don't get this one, because I had 3 interviews last week, and if I don't, and it's just so mentally draining not getting anything. So I'll see how it goes. Yeah, Sunday fun day. Yeah, next Sunday, and keep a lookout on my community tab. So I'll write something for next Sunday. If I'm not, or if I am doing it, I'll let you guys know. But yeah, thank you for the donations people donated. Thank you for the comments. Very fun discussion, and thanks for the general support of my channel. So everyone have a good week. I hope it's good and not depressing or tiring. And yeah, see you